Probably the aesthetic, because it's a really relaxing kind of nice place to look at. You can sit outside and you're kind of away from, I wouldn't say bustling city life, because Bath isn't really the biggest of cities, but it's nice to get away from like everyone, I guess.
I'm gonna be like a fangirl now and talk about how good it is. I love everything. I will say the kind of three main features. I'm doing everything in rules of three, aren't I? I will say that the three best features for me are the kind of environment, and that's kind of physically the landscape of Bath Spa University, and also the kind of people. But for the kind of environment, I mean, it's, for me, doing commercial music as a songwriter, as a composer, it's such an inspiring environment. It's something that's very healthy. It's something that's, you know, really beautiful. Nature's around you all the time. It's very fresh. It feels very, you know, vibrant, and it changes as well with the seasons, which is always lovely. We've got the lake on Newton Park campus. I haven't been to Scion Hill yet, but I've heard that's just as beautiful. So there's a lot of like really well thought out landscapes and stuff, and they really look after the environment of Bath Spa. So that's a really nice thing. It's something that a lot of universities don't have, particularly city campuses.
How small it is, and like kind of isolated. That sounds like negatives, but like just the fact that it's like a really nice campus and it just looks so pretty, and it's kind of a smaller kind of group of people, and you don't feel like overwhelmed by it all. You know, that just kind of matched who I was. So
it's a nice size uni. I mean, like when it comes to like my work, like my personal tutor I get on really well with. I see him all the time, and like if I need anything I'll just email him, because like I say, it's quite small, so it's quite like more of a one-to-one thing. Like I can have tutorials and things whenever I want them, which I think is quite good.
Best part about Bath Spa Uni for me is my course, because it's fantastic. Yeah, it's just a great course. And then I'd say the campus is lovely, cracking campus. And everyone's quite friendly. It's a nice environment to be in, I'd say, especially now it's summery.
I love the view of Bath Spa Uni, like around the lake, and it's just so relaxed. And going from a small primary school and junior school, small secondary school, small college, and then I was being in like a semi-small university, it was so nice, and it felt like I was back at home. I didn't feel like I was going to this massive university where I was like, oh, okay, that's quite large and I can't handle the amount of people that there are. It was quite nice, and you're quite close with a lot of people, I found.
I have the difference of being at Scion Hill campus, so I don't have all the lakes and stuff, but I find, because it's the arts campus, and I find that they always have people's artwork around, and the studios are always open for you to go to, so you meet so many people in different year groups. So I've made so many friends with people in like second year and third year, and you just talk to them about your work and you can get on so well with them, and it's always open for you to just chat and do your work and experiment.
For those people that are moving from quite a small place, it's like moving to a city that's not quite a city. It's big enough to have your own space and to do whatever, but it's small enough to not feel lost. And the same for Bath Spa. It's not a huge big uni, it's a nice size, and yeah, it's just a nice smaller city that could be a town or whatever. Don't feel lost.
And then like living in Bath is just nice. Like, it's a nice city. It's got a lot of without feeling very big, it's got everything that you need. You don't really need to leave Bath, really, at all. And it's within walking distance, that's nice.
I don't know, it's not as big as somewhere like London, but it's definitely not as small as somewhere like Southampton. So it's got everything you need, and it's got places that I didn't even know existed, like makeup shops that I didn't even know existed, and stuff like that. And it's got everything you need and probably more.
It's nice coming from a small town. I'm from a small seaside town. It's coming to a city that's not as big as a typical city. I've said to people, it's like this huge city, and everyone's like, no, it's really not. It's tiny. Bath is tiny, and you do realise that, but it's big enough that it feels like a city. It's got the big shopping, it's got the views, it's got its own little historical bits. You can play tourist, which is quite fun.
You play tourist for free.
Yeah, for free at Bath Spa.
Like, from me being here, I found out that there's actually like a lot that you can do, especially like outside of uni. So like, it is a tourist attraction, and like in regards to, well, for me, like sports and stuff like that, I thought, okay, I'm coming down to uni, I'm gonna like be in the uni football team. But with the way like things went, I got into the football team, but I couldn't play because of my lessons and stuff. Like, it clashed. For example, on a Monday, go out with a couple mates and we actually have a kick about like actual league football, and I didn't know like that was down here.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought. Like, it sounds terrible. Like you might worry a lot before coming here, but it's really nowhere near as, what you worry about will always be like 100 times worse than how it actually is. So just don't be worried.
I wish I knew I wasn't definitely going to get on the campus accommodation, because I was told on my open day that there's like a 90% chance I was going to get my first choice of accommodation, and I really didn't. Like, Charlton Court wasn't even on my list, and I ended up getting Charlton Court, so I kind of wish I'd known that.
But I think off campus is better anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know that now, but like at first it was a bit like annoying.
It's very hilly.
Probably the peer mentor scheme, because I didn't know about that coming to university at all. And then when I got here, I was so worried. I was like, I can't do everything on my own. And then finding out when I actually got there and we enrolled and stuff about the peer mentor scheme, I was like, oh, okay, that's nice to have someone there. But if I'd known that before coming, I wouldn't have been as freaked out as I was. They're on hand most of the time to email about different worries or about the course or anything going through. They're usually on the same course as you. They're not there to be like a counsellor or there 24/7 or anything, but they are there to help you through moving in to university and changing from A-level to university life.
I would say before you come here, get as much information as you can, be as informed as you can, but then also don't be afraid to come here and just, you know, make some changes and start, you know, with whatever you need to do.
I wish when you come to university that it's not the end of the world if you leave your friends behind. Like, they're still going to be there when you get back. You can Skype them, you can text them, they're not that far away.
Yeah, when you
No,
go
I think
home, it's the most exciting thing.
I was like, oh no, I'm moving away, and it wasn't like that. It was just that I wasn't moving home, I was just living somewhere else temporarily, and I was coming back home during breaks and stuff, and actually my friends were always there, but I thought, oh no, my friends are going to leave and I'm never going to have them again, oh no. So, that probably.
Maybe that certain drinks do more like damage than they actually say that they do. Yeah.
And what are them drinks?
For example, like vodka. If you go to Lidl, you can buy Putin off, and that is really foul. But usually, if you want to have a good night, don't mind getting drunk. Like, that's what you do. You do that. A bit of multivitamin juice, which I first experienced by yourself, and then yeah, you have a good night.
Just how intense it is. It's all very quick. It goes really, really quick. that's what I didn't expect. I wish, well, someone did tell me, but I didn't believe them, so does that count?
It sounds like a bit silly, but I wish I knew more about the amount of work that I would get. I think I underestimated how much work I would get quite considerably. So that's something to bear in mind, I'd say. Not to put, it wouldn't put me off, but it's just something I didn't consider.
I'd say that it's kind of this balance. It's okay to come to the university not knowing what you want to do after university. That's literally 95% of people who come to university. You know, you may have some idea, but most people don't have pretty much any idea at all. And university really is the time to start thinking about that as well as developing yourself. But I think the most important thing is that you've got to come to university. You've got to choose the right university for you, but don't kind of slack off and think that it's okay. You know, before you go to university, make sure that you go. If you really, unless you really can't for whatever reason, go to that university, even if it's like 200 miles away. You know, if you're living in Scotland and you come down to Bath, make sure that you come and see it. Make sure you will probably know when you come here if it's the right environment for you, whether Bath is the right city for you. Bath has got that kind of variety of different things. It's got Bristol right nearby, it's got Bath as a town itself, and then it's got the campus, which is beautiful and more quiet. So that for me was perfect, but for you might want, more of a city vibe. You might want even more countryside, you might want a beach, So from even the environment up into the course, up to the people, the kind of size of the university, even the course content itself, you are gonna really want to come here and know that it's right for you. And from that point, you will never be disappointed because you will always know exactly what it's like and you will have prepared yourself for any kind of eventualities. So make sure you look it up, make sure you know that the university, the course, the place that you're in is perfect for you. It's your university experience, you're paying for it, it's your experience, it's your time to do what you want, so do it.